So good morning everyone. So in today's class we will be having a discussion on the difference between variable and a session variable. So we have already discussed this thing that in MySQL all of these things like if else statement, while loop, switch statement, declaring a variable, all of these statements cannot be done outside stored procedure, trigger, function or events. So you can do all these things either in them or you cannot do. But it is not the same case in Microsoft SQL or Oracle. So, but again, when you learn these concept over here, you can apply it anywhere, like and anyhow you want. All you need to know is like how they can be implemented in different softwares, right? So, what are variables and session variables? So the difference comes out between variables and session variables by the scope they have. So for example, let me give you a practical example. So for example, we have a table employees and let's go ahead and drop table employees, and then I will just recreate it so that we do not have any previous data, and let me insert some values into it. So this is our table. I have recreated it. Now let us insert some values into it. So I will just select it and execute this statement. So this values have been inserted now. And after inserting this values, we have created up a stored procedure. So what exactly this stored procedure does, I will just explain you in a moment. So you can see over here at my screen that I have opened up the stored procedure. So the stored procedure starts from here and it ends here from 9:31 till 44. So what exactly it is doing, like it begins from here. We are creating a stored procedure named as sp underscore name. So I already have a stored procedure with this name. So I will just go ahead and drop it and now refresh this. So this is good. So at first at line 34, we are declaring a variable. So this is a variable. We always declare a variable using the statement declare. So this is the word declare which is used to declare a variable, and this statement can only be applied at the very beginning of, like when we start begin and when we end we say end. So like first thing is the programming can be done only between begin and end statement in MySQL. So when we begin and say like we are beginning the programming for MySQL, then we can declare. If you go ahead and like cut it and like declare it after the select statement, it will give an error. You see here it gives an error. So the declare statement can be applied only at the very first place, and this is the same in all SQL. So here we are declaring a variable total scale which is of type decimal. If you want to understand different data types, you can go back to my videos and like see the generic videos. There you can find up two tutorials, two parts of data types tutorials, like two, there are two videos. Then like we are giving up a default value over here which is 0 0.0. So total scale is of type decimal and the default value is 0 0.0. So when this will be declared and when we will select it, so this statement will return us 0 0.0. Then in SQL, you set a value of a variable using the set statement. So now you are saying set statement and say set total scale equal to 10. So now the value of this variable will be 10. So what exactly is a variable? Variable is nothing, just a container which contains a particular value at that time. And what is the scope? Scope is till what time that variable lives. So this variable started here and it will live till end because we have declared this variable within this begin block. So this begin blocks ends here. You can see this line, right? So this begin block ends here. So this total scale has like the scope till this end. If there might have been a case that this begin was inside another begin, so we might come with some scenarios like this, but I'm just giving you a glimpse that this begin is coming inside another begin. So there, this begin till end is a block. So if you declare a variable in inner begin, then the scope of the variable will also be till the inner begin. As soon as the ends come of the inner one, the scope of total variable will be like over, and if you use this variable outside it, it will throw an error saying that this variable does not exist. So now this is nothing but a local variable, or you can say a simple variable in MySQL. Then what is session variable? Session variable is always denoted by an @ sign. So you see over here we have said set counter @ counter is equal to 15. And you also see over here that here we are just using an equal to. Here we are just using an equal to, whereas here we are using a colon and then equal to. So this is the difference of assigning values between variables and session variables. So session variables are something which have a scope greater than local variable. These session variables are valid until the user maintains a session. So in this particular tutorials, when I logged in to my workbench, then there was a session created by the root user, and until and unless I either drop that session by myself or I log out, this variable @ counter will be alive. Okay, so now this is how, if you see over here that this variable @ counter has not been declared. So it does not have any type, it has not been declared, it is just we say @. So it typecast it automatically. Whatever you assign to it, it will take it and it will become that kind of variable by itself. So you do not need to declare any session variable, you just set it saying @. I can rather say counter1 also, so this will not throw an error. I can take XYZ. Even if it is not declared, then also if you can create it and it will not throw an error, right? So we are not declaring the session variable out here, we are just setting it up. So just to understand like what is the difference between them, more practical terms, I will just go ahead and create this store procedure. Let me just create this store procedure. So this store procedure has been created. Now I will call this store procedure. Okay. So as I call this store procedure, you see we have two results. Why we have two results? Because we have two select statements. See, one select statement is here which is showing the total scale before setting it up, and one is total scale after setting it up. So in the first result we should have 0.0, which is the default value. Then we made changes to the variable and said let it be 10, and then we again said select total scale. Now if I see over there, first we get 0.0 and then we get 10 as expected. So it is coming 10.00 because this is decimal. Then as we have already set the counter to 15 and we have called it, so a session variable is created with the name counter inside this stored procedure, but we can access it even outside this stored procedure. See, now if I go ahead and like select total scale and run it, it will give me an error saying unknown column total scale. You can see at the very bottom. Okay, now you can see at the very bottom here. So it says unknown column total sale. So it does not find this particular variable. But if I go ahead and run select @ counter, it shows me 15. It does not throw an error because this variable was created during this session and it will live until this session. So what are the usage? So the usage of a local variable is always within the scope of that particular stored procedure. But for example, you need to connect 10 stored procedures. So say you have stored procedure 1, A, B, C, D. You are running stored procedure A, then you are running stored procedure B. Now you are running stored procedure C. In stored procedure C, you are making a check. And you want to, and why this check? If this check is true, I'm just giving you a very like broader picture. If this check is true, you want to run stored procedure D. If this check is false, you do not want to run stored procedure D. It is something like this. So if this is the case in stored procedure C, what you can do is you can like set up a session variable and you can mark it as true or false. And in stored procedure D, you can check it if it is true or false. So that variable has a scope and that variable exists with these values which was modified by a stored procedure C. So now you can use this variable in stored procedure D. So this was what the usage of like this session variables comes into picture. It is something like the static variable. So in Java you have static variable like which is shared among various classes objects. So in this similar way, this particular variable is like shared among the complete session. So you can use it anywhere and like its value will change as you change it. So this brings this lesson to the close. And in the next chapter, we will be talking about the parameters of stored procedure. Thank you guys. Have a great day.